Okay. So if you see what happened, okay. Okay, if you see data, okay. So data can store data will be stored in database. Okay, data in the sense like what you have healthcare data, so business data, like company sales, okay, profits or revenues. Okay, these are nothing but say called as data. This data need to be stored in somewhere. Okay, so previously what we are storing either Excel or Notepad. Okay, anything. Okay, like Notepad or books. So topic of this is that what if data increases, no, we can't able to touch this. That's why going for database. Okay, so database. Okay, simply database is nothing but what it's a collection of data or storage of data. Okay. Now, one more thing is that now tell me how data will be stored, database, how it will be stored in the format of tables. Tables are again into columns, headings, and rows. Rows are records as columns. Okay. The simple example is that what? Okay. So see, simple. Suppose I'm taking shirt. Okay. So shirt. So there are multiple brands like Allen Solly. Okay. Rogan. Okay. Lee. So there are multiple brands. So these multiple brands, same shirt, they can able to. Okay. Depends on the. So they have their own manufacturers. Okay. In a similar fashion, for database also we're having what? We're having multiple vendors or manufacturers. So what are those things we are having in the market? We're having Oracle database. Okay, this is the leading one. The next one is the MS SQL server. Say Microsoft one. So MySQL, MySQL, then SQL. Okay, then what? Sybase, DB2, Postgres. These are like, okay, depends on the company's requirement. They're choosing, okay, suppose like companies have good rapport with Oracle database. So they want the same thing, they'll go for Oracle database. So they want like some feature, they won't go like, okay, depends. This is not just, this is a company says, okay. So they want either Oracle database, SQL server, all these things, okay. Now, how can I communicate with all this database? How can I communicate with all the database? Okay, it's a database or data warehouse. Anything we should go for what? We should go for which concept? SQL. Okay, if you want to communicate database, it can be database or it can be data warehouse. Okay, simple example. Okay, I will tell you the difference. Suppose I go to the ATM. Okay, my balance is 10K. I want to withdraw 2000. Next step is that what? 10K minus 2K, it will be 8K. So what happened? Okay, now we'll get what? We'll get suppose like we'll get what message? Immediately it will take time. Message. Instead we'll get like, okay, like 2000. So 2000 has been debited. Your balance is 8. So what? Immediate. Okay, within fraction of seconds, we'll get the message. Okay, we'll get the message. Okay, same example I'm taking. I go to the SBA application, online banking. Now I want last 5 years transaction. Okay, like I want to like what's my transaction? Okay, I work for, okay, like I want to like which one I have taken more than. Okay, then what happened? Last 5 years in the sense like what? Okay, it will take. Tell me, it will take time or it will give immediately the response. Last 5 years data, last 10 years data.
It takes time.
It will take time. Okay, it will take time. So in the sense like what? This is what? Okay, this is ATM is nothing but say day-to-day transactions. Day-to-day transactions are nothing but what? Those are called as OLTP. OLTP is nothing but online transaction processing. Okay. So this is stored in database. Okay, database. Okay. Now this is what I want to do my analysis. Like, okay, so where I have spent, in which year I want to spend more than my major amount. Okay, then what happened? This is nothing but analysis. Analysis nothing but say OLAP. This is nothing but online analytical processing. So this is where we can store. We store in data warehouse. Got the point? So simple. Okay. So day-to-day transaction will go for database. So historical data we're maintaining data warehouse. Okay. Now what we're doing for day-to-day, that is Oracle database. Got the point? So Oracle database. So day-to-day transaction will go for Oracle database, MySQL, MS SQL, Sybase, DB2, Got it? So why you're learning for what? We're learning for database. If you know SQL, what you have, you can able to connect this database or you can connect to the database. Okay. So day-to-day transaction will store in OLTP, that is nothing but database. Historical data will go for data where, that is OLTP. Okay. So what a little bit of this? Okay, like this. Okay, so understand like basic for understanding, it will be simple and easy. Okay. Now how can you communicate database or data warehouse? You'll go for one language. So what is that language? That is SQL. So if you know SQL, you can able to communicate any database. Like syntax will be little bit different. Syntax will be different. Okay, what the pointer? Like different. Okay, so like this. Okay, so first you should know database. So then what happens? First you should know understand what is database. It's day-to-day transaction, that OLTP, online transaction processing database. Okay. Online transaction will go for database. Historical data or analytic purpose will go for data warehouse, that is OLAP. How can you communicate database or data warehouse will go for one line, that is SQL. So SQL is nothing but what? It's a structured query language. Okay. So see, I want to communicate database. How can you using structured query language? For the pointer like this. Okay. So see what happened. Okay. So now we'll see simple example. Okay. So suppose if I want first what we should have, suppose I am taking simple example. Okay. So when I'm taking any example, I can go for it. Okay. So visualize the use case. Suppose I am taking this use case. Okay. I'll go for it. Okay. First we'll start the simple. Okay. Now I'm trying to create one table. Okay. How to create a table? We should know the syntax is what? Create table name. Okay. Bracket open, bracket close, semicolon. Okay. So column 1 data type. Okay. So column 2 data type. Okay. How many columns? Those many columns we should put. Column 3 data type. Okay, like this way. Okay. Now before that you should understand what is data type. Data type is nothing but what? Which type of data we are trying to store. Data type. So which type of data we are trying to store in the database. So got the point of which type of data we're trying to store, in the sense like what we can go for either. So see, number data will be there. Okay, numbers. Okay, numbers in the sense like what we go for phone number. Okay. Okay, then what for number? Salary. Okay, then salary. Next column is that what? Next one is the salary. Okay, employee. These are what number. Let's say we go for okay either int or numeric. Okay, let's see this thing. Same. Suppose I'm going for what? Okay, names, alphabets. Like okay, names, city, address. We'll go for what? We'll go for varchar. Suppose like date related, date of birth, date of joining. We should go for date. So we'll use mainly this.
Date.
Okay, so many things. Understand, like we'll start from first. No, you see numbers, alphabets, like this. Okay. Simple example. Always take over. Create table name. So what's the table name? We can go employee details underscore. Suppose like I'm putting employee. Okay, we should give proper naming. So this is nothing but what say it is related to employee details table. So T is nothing but a table. Employee details table, bracket open, bracket close, semicolon. Okay, now what the columns we can have? We can have employee ID. It's
employee ID.
Okay, you can put in anything int. Okay, then employee. Okay, employee name. Say after it go for varchar. Okay, so we are putting something like this is nothing but what? This is nothing but say data size.
Size.
Okay, so employee name. Next one is that what? Salary. Salary is nothing but say salary is nothing but say number. int. Anything. Okay. Suppose like mail ID. Okay, mail ID. So alphabets will go for
varchar.
So mail ID. Next one is that what? Next one go for okay. Next one is go for what? Okay, date of joining. Suppose I put date. This is what's the date. So this is create table. This is the table name. Bracket open, bracket close. So these are employee name, salary, mail. These are what? Column names. This int varchar date is nothing but say data types. 30 is the data size. So up to 30 we can able to accommodate. Okay. Now we should follow the coding standards. Okay, see this is important. So whenever we do anything, now we should follow coding standards. So proper naming. Then what proper naming should be given then? Okay. And what alignment should be followed? Okay, so alignment. And what I said, okay, should always write in Notepad++. So change the language from S to SQL, so that what? So keywords will get highlighted. Okay, see what happens if I take the same thing. If I write in other session. Now what happens now? So we should always follow language S and SQL. So that what? So we can. So these are the keywords. Okay, reserved words. Okay, we can able to. And if we go for
SQL always we should use capital letters, is it?
It's a case insensitive. You can use anything.
Okay. Case
sensitive. Case insensitive.
Okay.
Case insensitive. Okay. So data is case sensitive. Okay. So data we're talking now. It's a case sensitive. It's case insensitive. Okay. SQL keywords. or case incensed. Okay. So you can use any case, okay, uppercase, lowercase, no. So take the same thing, copy the same thing. Now what happened? Okay, now tell me if I write here. Okay, so if I write here, what happened? Table will get created automatically. If I create here, table will get created. No, it's just for writing only. Okay, so
No.
it's a writing tool only. Okay, now what happened? We should have what? One database. So what one database should be there? What is the database we are going for our training or for purpose? We'll go for SQL Server. Okay, so it's a Microsoft's own SQL Server. Okay. Now what happened? We should install. Okay, so we should install what? SQL Server database. Okay, and what happened? One IDE. IDE is nothing but what IDE or tool is nothing but what say integrated development environment. Okay, got the point. So see environment. Okay, so we should have one database and one ID. So what is the ID? Okay, this is the ID. What's the ID? It's a Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so this is what. Okay, first we should install one SQL Server database, latest version, and we should install one ID, that is yes, Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so this is nothing but what if we want to develop anything, we'll go for one ID. That's why it's called as integrated development environment. Okay, this is the SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so this one you should install. Okay, so like okay, when like I have sent one link, no, try to download. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Praveen. This link, can you please share? Did you share it already?
Yesterday I have sent in the group.
Okay, Praveen will check and I'll install that.
Okay, so okay, we should install one SQL Server database and one SSL. So studio, because this is the ID. If you want to practice on compulsory should have one ID. Okay, so then only you can able to do all these things. Okay. So okay, so this is the thing. Okay, now what I said, okay, first we have database, so SQL Server database, so we should use this. Okay, now what happened? Okay, when you go, now this is the okay, like this way. Okay, so remember, if you want to do any calculation, suppose I want to do, suppose like I want to do any calculation, so 10 plus 10 we can able to directly. So take the same. Okay, so the same thing. Okay, so select the same thing. Now try to execute. Okay, see it will execute. Suppose if I want to do anything like multiplication or anything, we can able to do logic. Okay, without creating table, we can able to do logic here. So like this way, we can able to do. So now what happened now? First we should create our database. First time in the SQL Server, first step is that we should create our database. Okay. So before that, in real time projects. Okay. Okay, we'll have different database environments. So data, any idea what the environments have? Real-time database environments. Like see, this will have development environment. Okay, development environment, testing environment, then production environment. Okay, so this is important. Okay, so in real time, what happened? Okay, everything will be maintained like development. Okay, development. So it's a development environment, test environment. It's a prod environment. Okay, suppose if you want to develop anything, so we should directly will work in production environment. So production database. So suppose like client given one requirement. Okay, he want to do something. Then what happen? We can able directly work in where? Directly work in. So we should not work in production. Production is nothing but what? Okay, see applications. Okay, end users are accessing the application. Okay, application. Okay, see, getting the point. Suppose if see enough column. So see, this is what tell me I'm able to using the application. So in the sense like this is what? This is the production environment. Okay, so we should not develop anything. Okay, first we should develop in the development database. Once everything done, we should go for testing environment. Once we go for production environment. Okay, got the point of like understand. If you want to develop anything, we should go develop in the development. This is our environment. It's a development database. Okay, I am trying to create one database. Create database. So development database. I'm putting one development DB. Okay, got the point. If you want to develop, first we should have one database environment is development. So once everything testing, it will go to testing. If everything like no issues, it will go to the production. So that what all the users can able to access the application. Okay, got the point. Let me getting. So see. So whenever if you get any requirement, like if you, suppose like Jira, you know Jira tool, Jira tool. It's a ticketing tool. Okay, ticketing tool. Okay. So suppose like somebody has to develop something, then we'll go for when then we into. So then all it has to be there in Jira tool. So we should do everything in the development database. So create database. Okay. Copy the same thing. Now this is the thing what happened. Okay, now first to try to create one So see, we should select this thing and try to execute. Okay, see what? Okay, so suppose like devotee. So it's already okay. See, so try to create. Okay, it's already okay. So see, database has been created. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to create, one database. Okay, so remember, if you want to develop, we should do everything in the development. Like suppose like if you want to develop like a new requirement, okay, or new changes, we should do everything in the development database. So once everything, it will go to testing, and then it will go to the production database. Okay, next step is that what, use this database. Okay, say the same thing. Now say the same thing. Now what happened? So see, okay. Now see, now what happened? We are in this database. If you want to check now, we should go for select db underscore name. Okay, so there is, we can able to get what is my database. See, so we're in what, develop db. Got the point? First we should create one database, so we should use them, then we should select database. Got the point? So real time we don't develop, we don't create all the things, just we have the database, we integrate the tables. Clear end out చేస్తున్నాం anyone? అర్థమవుతుందా? ఓకేనా ఇక్కడ వరకు? సో ఫస్ట్ మనం డేటాబేస్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవాలి, తర్వాత డేటాబేస్ యూస్ చేసుకోవాలి. హౌ టు ఫైండ్ బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ డేటా. ఓకే, సో రియల్ టైమ్ లో మనకి డెవలప్మెంట్స్, టెస్టింగ్, ప్రొడక్షన్. ఓకే, సో డెవలప్మెంట్ ఎందుకంటే మనకి, సో డైరెక్ట్ ప్రొడక్షన్ అంటే ఏంది, ఇది ఇప్పుడు చూసారంటే ఇది అందరు యూస్ చేస్తారు. సో ఇది యూస్ చేస్తారంటే ఇది ఓకే, ఇక్కడ చేంజెస్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, సో ఇట్ విల్ రిఫ్లెక్ట్ ఫర్ ఆల్ థింగ్. ఓకే, ఏమైనా ఇష్యూస్ వస్తే మొత్తం అప్లికేషన్ డౌన్ అయిపోతుంది. ఓకే, అలాంటప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం, ఫస్ట్ మనం ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ డెవలప్మెంట్ డేటాబేస్ చేస్తాం. సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ పోయినప్పుడు విల్ గో ఫర్ టెస్టింగ్, అలా ప్రొడక్షన్ కి మూవ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకేనా? ఓకేనా, ఇక్కడ వరకు అర్థమవుతుందా? సో క్లియర్ దిస్ వన్.
ఓకే ప్రవీణ్.
ఓకే, సో అంటే మనకి ఏంటంటే అర్థమైంది, డెవలప్మెంట్ డేటాబేసెస్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ కంపెనీస్ బట్టి ఇంకా చాలా ఉంటాయి. యూఏటి ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది, ఎస్ఐటి ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఉంది, సెట్. ఓకే, సో యూఏటి అంటే యూజర్ యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ టెస్టింగ్. ఓకే, సిస్టమ్ ఇంటిగ్రేటెడ్ టెస్టింగ్, E2E అప్లికేషన్, ఎండ్ అప్లికేషన్, ఇలా చాలా ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, సో కంపెనీ బట్టి మారుతుంది. అలానే ప్రీ ప్రోడ్. ఓకే, ప్రీ ప్రోడ్ అంటే ఓకే, సో ఎందుకంటే మనం ప్రొడక్షన్స్ మూవ్ చేయాలంటే డైరెక్ట్ మూవ్ చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏమైనా చేంజెస్ చేస్తారంటే ఒకవేళ అప్లికేషన్ దాంట్లో ఏమైనా ఎర్రర్స్ ఉంటే ఏమవుతుంది, ఇట్ విల్ బ్రేక్ ద ఎంటైర్ అప్లికేషన్. అప్పుడు మనకి ఏంటంటే ఇది యాక్సెస్ చేసుకోవాలి, అప్లికేషన్ యాక్సెస్ చేసుకోవాలి, అప్పుడు సిస్టమ్ డౌన్ అయిపోతుంది, సర్వర్ డౌన్ అయిపోతుంది. అలాంటప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాను, ఫస్ట్ మనం ఏం చేస్తాం అంటే డెవలప్మెంట్ డేటాబేస్ చేసి అంత అయిపోయిన తర్వాత, ఇక్కడ టెస్ట్ అంతా అయిపోయిన తర్వాత పర్ఫెక్ట్ అయితే వి షుడ్ గో ఫర్ ప్రొడక్షన్ డేటాబేస్ లోకి ఈ కోడ్ ని మైగ్రేట్ చేస్తాం, లేకపోతే డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, సో స్టోరీస్ అర్థమైతే ఇంకా. ఓకే, సో మనకి ఏంటంటే సో మామూలుగా SQL సపోర్ట్ మీద చేస్తుందంటే మనకి డైరెక్ట్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ క్వైరీస్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, అక్కడ ఏం చేంజెస్ చేయం. ఓకే, ఓన్లీ క్రియేషన్ ఏం చేయం. ఓకే, ఉన్న డేటాని మనం మోడిఫై చేసి లేకపోతే సెలెక్ట్ చేసి ఇస్తాం. ఓకే, యూజర్స్. సో ఇప్పుడు మీ వర్క్ కూడా అదే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఆల్రెడీ డేటా ఉంటుంది, దానిపైన సెలెక్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ చేసి ఓకే, సో అనాలిసిస్ చేసి ఇస్తాను. ఓకే, సో ఎందుకంటే అనాలిసిస్ వర్క్ ఏంటంటే దే డోంట్ క్రియేట్ ఎనీథింగ్, దే డోంట్ ఇన్సర్ట్ ఎనీథింగ్. సో జస్ట్ దే వాంట్ టు అనలైజ్ డేటా. హౌ కెన్ అనలైజింగ్, సెలెక్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అనలైజ్ చేస్తాం. అంటే టేబుల్స్ ఆల్రెడీ డేటా ఉంటుంది, ఆ డేటా మనం ఫెచ్ చేసి డిఫరెంట్ కండిషన్స్ జాయిన్స్ చేసి లేకపోతే అగ్రేట్ ఫంక్షన్స్ చేసి వీఆర్ గివింగ్ ద డేటా టు క్లయింట్స్ కానీ లేకపోతే స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్ కానీ, దే వాంట్ రిపోర్ట్స్. ఓకే, ఎలా చేస్తుంది, సెలెక్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఫెచ్. ఓకే, అర్థమైనా? ఫస్ట్ మన దగ్గర ఏమున్నాయి, ఫస్ట్ మన దగ్గర డేటాబేస్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకున్నాం, దాన్ని యూస్ చేసుకున్నాం. సో హౌ టు ఫైండ్, ఎలా. నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్ ఏంది, ఐ వాంట్ టు క్రియేట్ టేబుల్స్. ఎందుకంటే డేటా విల్ బి స్టోర్డ్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మాట్ ఆఫ్ టేబుల్స్. ఓకే, సో టేక్ ద సేమ్ థింగ్, నౌ ట్రై కాపీ ద సేమ్ థింగ్. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ పెట్టేసి పని చేస్తాం. ఓకే, సో టేక్ ద సేమ్ థింగ్, నౌ ఇట్లా చేసి ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తాం. సో ఏమైనా ఎర్రర్స్, if any errors we can able to find here. If no errors, what happen? Okay, if nothing, it will be commands completed successfully. Okay, so time it will be there. Okay, now what happen, I want to see the data. So ఇప్పుడు నా దగ్గర దీంట్లో ఏమైనా డేటా ఉంటుందా, ఈ పర్టికులర్ టేబుల్లో ఏమైనా డేటా ఉంటుందా, ఈ పర్టికులర్ టేబుల్లో దేర్ వోంట్ బి ఎనీ డేటా. ఎలా చెక్ చేయొచ్చు మనం, సెలెక్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ వీ కెన్ ఏబుల్ సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ ఫ్రమ్ టేబుల్ నేమ్ ఇస్తే ఇక్కడ డేటా ఏమైనా ఉంటుందా, సో దేర్ వోంట్ ఓన్లీ కాలమ్ నేమ్స్, ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్, సాలరీ, మెయిల్, డేటా. Okay, so I'm creating one table, I want to see the data. Okay, సపోజ్ నా రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు దీంట్లో డేటా పాపులేట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, ఎలా పాపులేట్ చేస్తాం మనం టేబుల్స్ లో, ఏం కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంది ఏదైనా, ఐ వాంట్ టు పాపులేట్ డేటా ఇన్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ టేబుల్ బై యూజింగ్ విచ్ కాన్సెప్ట్, ఎనీ. సో ఐ వాంట్ టు పాపులేట్ డేటా. సో దీంట్లో ఈ టేబుల్ లోకి డేటా పాపులేట్ చేయాలి. ఎలా పాపులేట్ చేస్తాం, ఏం కమాండ్ ఐడియా ఉందా ఎవరికైనా? సో ఇట్ విల్ బి ఇన్సర్ట్ స్టేట్. ఓకే, ఇన్సర్ట్. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ నేను table ni first we are creating what we are creating database. So from this we are trying to create table. Tarvata data ni insert chestunam. Insert command. Okay, insert. Okay, syntax in insert ki insert into table name. Okay, so table name ikkada syntax column 1. So column 1, column 2, column 3. Okay, so manaki ఏమేం columns ఆ columns ni ikkada vestam. So values. So val1, okay, val2, val3. Okay, so val1, val2, val3. As mentioned, so column 1, column 2, column 3. Okay. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నాను మళ్ళీ నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నాను ఓకే దీనికి ఓకే సో ఇది తీసుకొచ్చేసి సో we're taking and we're putting. సో ఇక్కడ పే చేసి ఓకే ఇక్కడ కాలమ్ 1 మనకి ఎట్లా తెలుస్తుంది ఇక్కడ చెక్ చేస్తే సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎంప్లాయీ డీటెయిల్స్ మనకి ఏమేమి కాలమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఎంప్లాయీ సో కాపీ చేసుకుందాం ఓకే సో ఎంప్లాయీ సో ఇలా పాప్ అయ్యేది ఎంప్లాయీ ఓకే ఎంప్లాయీని ఓకే సో ఎంప్లాయీ సపోజ్ నాకు ఈ 2 కాలమ్స్ కావాలి ఓకే సో రిమైనింగ్ కాలమ్స్ ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ ఓకే ఎవరిని ఓకే సో ఇది అర్థం చేసుకోండి సో 2 కాలమ్స్ కావాలి ఎంప్లాయీ ఓకే సో ఐ వాంట్ టు గెట్ ఓన్లీ 2 కాలమ్స్. Okay, 2 columns. Now what happened? I'm putting 7. Okay, employee ID 1. Okay, employee name Praveen. Okay, so see the same thing. So see, okay, employee ID. Suppose I'm putting Praveen like this. Tell me it work. So see, it's when not see now this is what it's showing error. Okay, see it's nothing but when I try to exit now what happened it will throw error. Okay, so it will assume like okay invalid column. It is assume like it's a column. Now tell me this is what alphabets when I have alphabets we should put in single quotation. Okay, single quote. Okay, so see single quote. Take the same thing. Now try to execute. Now what happened? One row has been successful. Now see the data we can able to. Now how many columns we are having? We are having what? So many columns. Okay, but remaining columns what will get populated? Will get what? Will get null value. See salary made. Okay, so we are inserting only employee employee name. Okay, one Praveen. Remaining columns we are getting null value. This is separately what is exactly. Okay, so right now understand. So why I'm having 5 columns. Out of 5 columns, I'm trying to populate only 2 columns. So remaining 3 columns will get populated as null value. Okay, so we'll see some errors. Okay, go back here. Now what I'm trying to say is so say the same thing. Now instead of 1, I'm putting something like P. Tell me it work. Huh? Tell me it work. It work or not? Any idea?
It will not work.
Okay, why reason?
No.
Employee ID we have given INT, but here we have given alphabet.
No, how you know that I have given identity? Suppose like this table is created by somebody, then you got the point. Suppose I have created the table. Okay, so you don't know the syntax of this table, then got it? Huh? You got the question. So what I'm trying to say, suppose like I have created the table. Okay, so you have asked to create. So in the time, tell me there will multiple developers will be there. Multiple developers. Okay, suppose like developer 1 created the table. Okay, now developer 2 wants to insert some data. Okay, now he don't know the syntax, then how can I get the definition? We'll go for what? So we should go for, you got the question. What I'm saying, it's the same thing. We go for select the star from information schema. Okay, we are having everything will be stored. This is what metadata information schema dot table. Okay, so or we go for columns. Okay, so go for columns. So try to execute. Now what happens? See development database. So see what the table name. This is the employee details table. Now what we're to go first, we'll see the exact work. Okay, so try the same thing. Now try to execute. What is saying it will throw? Okay, see conversion failed when converting the varchar value to data type int. So this is what issue. This is what issue. This is what issue. This is data type issue. So what I'm trying to say? Conversion failed with converting the varchar value. This is varchar to data type int. So why would see go back here or why would see go back here? Now see the same thing. Now try to execute. Now what happened? If see here what happened getting? Okay. In this one, what we are getting? Employee ID. So employee is what? Okay, PP is there. What PP is there? First column. Employee. This is what data type? It's what data type? It's a int data type. Okay. So but what trying to put? Okay, we are putting okay varchar. So in the sense like it's a data type issue. Okay. In number, we should put only number related thing. Okay, number related. Got the point? So now this is like this. You should understand the issue. Okay. In int data type, we should put only number related, but we are putting string. Okay, got it? So like this. Like suppose I'm putting 1 and I'm putting something like here. Tell me it will work. Now one more issue. Tell me it will work. Yes or no? It will work or not? So what I'm doing, I'm taking this value. So see 2 columns are there. I'm putting 3 values. It will work or not?
No.
No. Reason is that what I'm saying. See, go back here. So take the same thing. Okay, try to execute. Now what happens? See, there are fewer columns in the answer statement. So see, the number of values must match the number of columns. Okay, so see what's the issue. So we have 2 columns but 3 values. Okay, so this is the issue. So this is what column mismatch. Okay, so columns. So like this, you should understand. Okay, what's the issue? Columns mismatch. Columns mismatch. Okay, so okay, there are few columns in the answer statement. Okay, see, there are how many columns? 2 columns, but we are having 3 values. It won't work. Okay, suppose vice versa. Okay, suppose like 2 columns and 1 value. It will work. 2 columns and 1 value.
No, it won't work.
Okay, so it won't work. Say okay. So try to execute one more time and see what exactly will happen. Okay, so see. So same thing. Okay, so it's a columns mismatch. Okay, we should have same number of columns and same data type should be given. Okay, got the point. Like this, we can have it. So now what happened? Okay, now we should put suppose like second record, something like Kumar. So okay, so take the same thing. Now try to execute. Okay. Now see the data. How can I see data by using? So select statement. Okay, copy the same thing. Now try to select. Okay, like this way you should understand like what exactly. Okay, so try to create one database. So try to create multiple tables and try to populate data. Okay, like this we can able to understand. Okay, so remaining columns will put as null values. Okay, got the point. Suppose for all the columns. So see, okay, employee name, salary. So for these 2 records, okay, these 2 suppose I take a screenshot. So whenever learning, take the screenshot. It's a simple and easy to learn. Okay. Now suppose take the same thing. Okay, suppose for these 2 records, I want to populate okay salary of 30,000. Okay, I want to modify. I want to put 30,000. How can I put? Tell me by which concept? I want to modify the existing record. We should go for what concept? Existing record. I want to modify. We should go for what concept? Anyone? Any idea? So see the same thing. We'll go for what? We'll go for update statement. Update statement. Okay. So see. Okay. So update statement. Okay. So statement. Okay. So what we are trying to go back here. Now see the same thing. Now I want to modify what? Okay. See, other records are there. I want to populate here 30,000, 30,000. Then we should go for what concept? We should go for what? We should go for update statement. Syntax is that what? Update table name. Okay, set column 1 equals to val 1. Okay, see, update table name, set column 1 equals to val 1. Like this, we can able to modify. Okay, so see what happened. Okay, update is nothing but what it is. It is used to modify existing record where existing record in the database table. Okay, so this is important in the database. Already table should be there. Then what happened? We okay in the database existing record should then we can able to modify. We should go for what? We should go for update table name. So table name. Okay, set. So what we want set salary equals to 30,000. 30,000. Okay, 30, okay. Take the same thing. Now try to execute. See what happened? 2 rows affected. So see the same thing. Now try to execute. Now see what happened. It will get. Okay, see the same thing. Now it will get 3 records. Got the point? Yes or no? Like this. Okay. So first insert like we should create so many tables. So if you get so many tables, what should be comfortable with this? Okay, so should create what? So,
If you want to set salary for only employee ID too, then
so we should use filtering concept. Okay, suppose you see what happened. Okay, now I want to. Okay, if you see, it will give him. Okay, before that, so take the same thing. Take the same thing. Now try to execute. Now what happened? See, before that, what star is nothing but what say? What star say? Name is star. Say projection operator. Okay, projection operator. What it will do? It will project.
select all the information from that table,
What
right?
is the information? All the columns. All the columns in the database table. Okay, so in the table, see what happened. Okay, we read. So why are you writing employee? Because starting we have read what employee. Okay, see same thing. Okay, employee. So employee name, salary, mail. Okay, like this it will go. Okay, project all the columns. Okay, but we are not using employee. All columns and all records. Now take the same thing. Now I don't want all records. I want only employee. Then we'll go for what? We should go for filtering concept. Filtering concept. See the same thing later again. So if you project what projecting all the columns and all records, but I want to get only second record. Then let's go for what? So where employee ID equals to 2, that will give only second record. What point? Suppose if I want to get one record, we should put one record. So one record. Okay. Now suppose go back here. Now take the same thing. Now what happen if I want to get employee 50,000 for second record? And so take the same thing. Okay. So we should go for where employed equal to 2 or employed equal to 2. Employed equals to 2. And I want to put 50,000 only for 50,000 for second record. That's the knowledge they should put. Okay, now see what happened. Okay, one row affected. Now see the data. What we'll get? What we'll get? Modified data. Okay, got the pointer like this. Okay, so like slowly. Okay, like first we should create as many tables as we want. Then we should be comfortable. Okay, so because no tables we create, no, then what happen? We can able to populate some data. Ultimate goal of your data analysis is that what we need to filter the data. Okay, filter data. Suppose like I'm having 1,000 records. Okay, so 1,000 records. 1,000 records. Okay, I don't want 1,000. I want only specific data. Specific data, how can I get by using what? Filtering concept. Filtering concept in the sense like what? Okay, where class, and or in between. Okay, I'll show one example. You can have a simple example. I'll do. So same thing. I'm opening Flipkart application. Okay, so Flipkart application. See, it is giving what? It's giving what is giving grocery information, mobiles, fashion, electronics, home, travel, all this. Okay, suppose I want to purchase a phone. Suppose my requirement is what? I want to purchase a phone. Okay, my budget is what? 20,000 to 30,000, 30,000, and I want only Samsung brand. Okay, so see this. Okay, see when I want phone, what happened? Do you want grocery? All this. So tell me, do you want grocery? This common for it, we don't want. Then what happened? Which concept will come in future? Which concept? Filtering concept is phone. I want to purchase a phone. See what happened? So it's giving only. So see what it's giving only 8,000 records. Now what I said, my budget is what? My budget is 20,000 to 30,000. When my budget is this thing, can I go for 1,84,000? Tell me. Is it possible to go? No, I can't able because my budget is what I am having my bank balance of around 20 to 30,000. Okay. Now I can't able to go. In a similar fashion, can I go below value? Like I can go 600 rupees, 600 to them. Can I go? I don't know. I want what? My specification is that what? My specification is that 20,000 to 30,000. Okay. Then what happened? We should go for what? We should go for what concept? We should go for filter, that is see 20,000 and 30,000. Okay. See, it will give only 20. See, 20,000 to 30,000. Why in 30? Because it is in the range of price. Okay. Suppose is there so many. See, it is having Redmi brand, Motorola brand, but what I want, what brand I want? I want Samsung brand. Okay, how to put Samsung? We should use filtering concept. Go back here. So search for Samsung brand. Okay, see, its records are reducing. Okay, so 160. Got the point? Yes, no? Like this. What? Okay, we don't want all the cards. We want only specific. We should go for a filtering concept. Okay, see, this is the. You see, this side now it's a filtering concept. Okay. Suppose when I put like this, see what happened? Bigger value, smaller value, smaller value. Again, so again bigger value. So we should put not loss. We should go for what? Sorting concept. Okay, high to low. See, 29,000, 29,000. Okay, so this is what descending sort. In a similar fashion, put now it's a ascending sort. Smaller value to bigger. Why you're rating only 20? Because we're asking for 20,000 to 30,000. Okay, this is not good. So this all things will be background. What happened? Select statement will be evident. Got the point? Clear so far? సో ఇంత బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఎట్లా నడుస్తుంటే ఓన్లీ ఎస్కెళ్తానే నడుస్తున్నాను. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ చూస్తే మనకి మన రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏంది? నా రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏంది? ఐ వాంట్ టు పర్చేస్ ఫోన్. ఫోన్ కావాలంటే నాకు ఇవన్నీ అవసరమా? సో డూ రిక్వైర్ ఆల్ దిస్ థింగ్స్. గ్రాసరీ అవసరం, ఫ్యాషన్ అవసరం లేదు. ఓకే, సో ఇవన్నీ చెక్ చేసుకుంటే ఎంత టైం పడుతుంది? చాలా టైం పడుతుంది. అలాంటప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం మనం? ఫిల్టరింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్కి వెళ్ళిపోతాం. సో ఫోన్ ఇప్పుడు చూస్తే మనకి 8,000 రికార్డ్స్ వచ్చాయి. సో 8,000 ఫిల్టర్ చేయడం ఈజీనా? కాదు. ఓకే, నా బడ్జెట్ ఎంత నేను చెప్పాను? 20 to 30,000. కానీ ఇక్కడ చెక్ చేస్తుంటే ఎంత ఉంది? ఇక్కడ 1,08,000. ఓకే, ఇంత కాదు. ఓకే, అదే తక్కువ ఉంది. సో ఇక్కడ కాదు. ఓకే, మనకి రేంజ్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం మనము? ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయి నా బడ్జెట్ ఇంత 20,000, 30,000. ఓకే, అప్పుడు ఇది రేంజ్ లో మాత్రం పిక్ అవుతుంది. అలా కాకుండా చూస్తే మనకి చాలా బ్రాండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఓకే, ఇట్లా రియల్మీ నాకు కావాల్సిన బ్రాండ్ ఏంది? సో సామ్సంగ్ బ్రాండ్. ఇలా క్లిక్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, సో లింక్ ఎక్స్పైర్ జాయిన్ చేయండి. ఓకే, సో సామ్సంగ్ బ్రాండ్. ఓకే, మళ్ళీ నెక్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏంది? సో ఇట్లా చెక్ చేస్తే మనకి సామ్సంగ్ బ్రాండ్ రిలేటెడ్ వచ్చేస్తారు. ఓకేనా? క్లియర్ ఎక్కడ వరకు? సో లింక్ ఎక్స్పైర్ మళ్ళీ చేయండి. ఓకే, సో ఓకేనా? క్లియర్ ఎక్కడ? సో అంటే ఇవంతా ఏ అప్లికేషన్ అయినా ఫిల్టరింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంటుంది. ఫిల్టరింగ్. ఓకే, సో విచ్ ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ఎనీ అప్లికేషన్ విల్ సీ వన్ మోర్ యూస్ కేస్. The same concept will be there. Okay, so data will be there in tables. So they want to fetch the data by using filtering concept. Okay, and where, in between. Okay, అంతే అయిపోయిన తర్వాత లాస్ట్ లో సార్టింగ్ చేస్తాం. పర్ఫార్మింగ్ సార్టింగ్. ఓకే, సో ఇదంటే పెద్ద వాల్యూ నుంచి చిన్న సెట్, డిసెండింగ్ సెట్, ఇట్స్ అసెండింగ్ సెట్, స్మాల్ వాల్యూ టు బిగ్గర్ వాల్యూ. ఓకే, ఓకేనా. సో లింక్ మళ్ళీ జాయిన్ అవ్వండి.